by educating them about collaborative divorce. Not a lot of people know about this, not a lot of attorneys know about this. And it is a fantastic method of dispute resolution. Real quickly, your handouts. The first two packets are taken from the website from the IAC, the International Alliance of Collaborative Practitioners. Fantastic stuff. The last is a chapter from a book by Pauline Tesler, one of the founders of collaborative divorce. Collaborative divorce really got going in the late 1980s. Put the stuff in the file drawer, and when a friend, colleague, customer, client asks you, hey, I'm getting divorced, you're going to pull this out and say, read this, and if it piques your interest, okay. You'll be doing that a huge favor. There are a lot of ways to resolve disputes. There's court, there's litigation, there's hearings, there's four-way conferences between the attorneys and the clients. Four people, four-way. There's mediations. There's attorneys writing letters back and forth, phone calling, emailing. There's the kitchen table approach. Husband and wife across the table, they figure out what they're going to do, the attorneys write it up. All these are hundreds of years old. Again, collaborative law is about 25, 30 years on the scene. What makes collaborative law so different from everything else? Well, by its very definition, I've talked about this about a month and a half ago, my Thursday commercial. It is, by its very definition, a non-adversarial way to resolve divorces. This is key. The legal process, by its very definition, is adversarial. It pits husband against wife. There's a winner, there's a loser. Oftentimes, there's two losers. And everything that you do, often in litigation, is, we have a nickname for divorce law, for family law. We call it slaughter law. The goal, often, being to slaughter the other side. Now, some attorneys take that to its very definition. I don't. I can't practice that way. It's not the way I'm built, but a lot of attorneys are. Litigation destroys families. It destroys the ability for divorcing parents to co-parent their children. It eats up a significant amount of money that could go to college education and many other things. It leaves bad feelings for years. It is a god-awful way to resolve a lot of cases. And a lot of cases go through the court system because people don't know any different. Now, people do try to resolve other ways, but this is what makes collaborative law so different from four-way conferences, mediations, even attorneys going back and having friendly or cooperative discussions. Again, it is meant to be win-win. It's non-adversarial. You can't take positions. You can't threaten to go to court. You can't be how you'd be in court, how you'd be even in a mediation, because you know that in the background, if you can't settle it, you got court, you got trial. No, in collaborative law, you actually contractually agree, the parties, husband and wife, never to go to court. They can't. It's not an option. It's out. You don't have court anymore. So it forces everyone to come up with creative problem solving that they might not quite otherwise get to if they go, well, we just got a trial, it's what the judge decided. So in collaborative law, you got to push through the impasse. It's meant to be win-win. And the attorneys, we really take on different roles. We have to look out that the other party is being taken care of to some extent. So I'm looking out for my client, but I also have to look out for the party. And that party's attorney has to look out for my client as well. This is really new, unorthodox stuff. As an attorney, you need to be trained in this procedure. It takes a weekend training, takes at least a 30-hour negotiations, interest-based education training. Because otherwise, you just have the mindset you've had for 23 years as a litigator, and you get right back into that. You got to take yourself out, and the whole training is just meant for 2 seconds. Do you get that there's another way to, oh, I get it. So you got to be trained as an attorney, and you should know this as an attorney. I actually think that attorneys who don't at least know about the option of collaborative divorce are close to committing malpractice. It's like seeing, to use an example, a chiropractor, or an acupuncturist, or a physical therapist, or a massage therapist, or a rolfer. And they say, well, here's 3 ways to get your back pain better, except there's a 4th way that 2% of the practitioners know about, but that practitioner doesn't. You don't know about that option. That might have been the best option for you. So when people come to me, I discuss collaborative divorce with them, as well as the other types of methods of dispute resolution. Time remaining? Great. So, transparency with exchange of information. I have clients who have paid me over $10,000 to try to get information from the other side. In collaborative divorce, there is a free, liberal, transparent exchange of all relevant information. As we didn't talk like this, but as harmful as it might be to the other side, we just exchange everything. Another wonderful thing about collaborative divorce is it's a team approach, meaning we bring in other people who are trained in this method of dispute resolution. These are experts, financial experts, experts in children, experts in putting together parenting plans, what we used to call custody decrees, experts in helping people disengage their relationship as husband and wife and move forward as successful co-parents of their children, experts in handling family dysfunction and working with the entire mom, dad, children. And we bring them into the mix. We actually often send our clients to them to work a lot of stuff out because the combined hourly rate of attorneys and the time we're going to spend outside of our meetings and then in the meetings working through all this financial stuff and the parenting plan stuff and the back and forth quips and whatnot and problems that we sometimes have with the clients costs a lot of money. All these professionals are less, and sometimes significantly less than attorneys, and oftentimes will do a better job coming up with creative options. And so we will then invite that expert into the meeting, and we'll talk about whatever we need to talk about, and they'll show us options that run or financials, or talk about the parenting plan, and we will come up with as amazing a result, as good a result as we possibly can. So collaborative divorce is just not attorneys and clients. It's actually a team of professionals as well to give people the best possible outcome.